What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's finally super freaking nice out. This weekend has been incredible and I didn't want to be stuck inside the house, so there's a car coming, hold on. So it's super nice out and I wanted to work on my bike outside. I wanted to dial it in. That's what this video is about. I ended up getting a bunch of new stuff. We're gonna kind of go over a lot of that, but if you guys remember recently, I put my new bike together and this blue does not match the teal on the frame and it's been driving me nuts, so I went ahead and bought some stuff. So I'm also going to talk about a couple things too, which I've talked about kind of in the past, but I wanted to break it all down in one video, so we're going to do that right now. There's like 100 freaking cars driving by, dude. We're gonna start in the back of the bike because recently I broke the guard for my hub and I ended up purchasing an Odyssey hub guard because Odyssey makes like the internals for this hub, the Sunday Cyclone hub or whatever it is. So it should work. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody try this yet, but we're gonna find out right now together. So if you have the Sunday Cyclone hub, I guess we're gonna find out if the Odyssey clutch hub guard will work on it. I gotta loosen up the chain tensioners that's built into the frame so I can get this wheel out and not break something or strip something here. I'm gonna show you guys here in a minute how to tighten down a chain if you don't have tensioners built into your frame as well. Before I put the hub guard on though, I need to change out, I think it's this back wheel. This back wheel, I'll show you guys here in a second. You can do this, but it drives me nuts. All right, so if you guys are in a pinch, you can use duct tape as a rim strip. Hold on a second, freaking cars, man. I hate living in an apartment. I'm telling you guys, like a month from now, if we're lucky, we'll have a house. My wife and I are in the process of buying a house because then it'd be so much easier to record videos, dude. It sucks. It freaking sucks. Anyways, so like I said, if you're in a pinch, you can totally use duct tape as a rim strip. The only problem with that, rim strips, which are made of rubber, are a lot more, I don't know, like bendable, if you will, meaning like when the tire or when the tube inflates inside, it pushes down into the holes, and these holes can get cut out because duct tape it'll cut easier than it will with rubber. You can, I use it all the time, but you have to be careful because you might pop tubes a lot more. And so that's one of the things I am replacing today because rim strips are cheap, man. They're like $1 or $2 at a local bike shop. All right, next thing we're gonna try out is the hub guard and hope that it freaking works. I'm super nervous. This is the only thing that I'm really, really nervous about not working. Oh my God, it works. Is it flush? Yes. All right, confirmed. The Odyssey clutch hub guard does fit in the Sunday Cyclone hub. I run about 60 to 65 PSI in the back and right around 60 PSI in the front. Reason why I go a little bit stiffer in the back, just a little bit, is because usually that's how you land. All right, if you guys don't have chain tensioners on your bike, you can actually just stick like the rubber end of like a ratchet or a screwdriver or something like that. Shove it between the tire and the frame if you've got some room. You should, but you can just stick it down there, use it as leverage to pull the wheel back, and you can kind of go back and forth depending on how much you want, and it'll work. That's how I used to always do it. I'm not gonna go through that because I have chain tensioners, but I just wanted to show you guys that you can use something as leverage just to kind of push back. Mailman's out on a freaking Sunday, Easter Sunday too. That sucks for him. All right, I'm gonna show you guys another trick here. If you do have chain tensioners, what you can do is, most wheels are not gonna be perfect, especially if you've been riding for a while and you're trying to get your bike up to running. If you look, of course, like my back wheel is warped a little bit, but there is a middle spot, and you wanna try to find the average of the middle spot and then tighten which side you need to in accordance to that. All right, we got the back of the bike on. Everything looks good. The chain has got like the perfect amount of tension, which I very rarely do, by the way. But next, the only thing I'm not changing out today, by the way, because the company that I ordered some new parts from didn't ship out my sprocket, and they emailed me to like, I'm sorry, it's on its way. But I went from 25 to 28. I'll explain that in a different video, why I did that. But ultimately, I wanted to get rid of the blue again and just went black. So the next thing I gotta do is change out the stem and the cap right here, and that's going all black, and I'll tell you guys what I'm using. Wish I had a stand. I went with the Dugan, the Odyssey Dugan stem in black. Ooh. Dang, the difference is 51 millimeter reach versus 48 millimeter each, so it's a little bit further back, which is nice because I'm a tall dude, but it's a little bit shorter than that one by like 6 millimeters. So because I was gonna change this out from this blue to black anyways, I went and picked up the Odyssey cap that's taller, so it should make up the difference for both. And then I gotta change out the grips, and then I'm done with the bike. So let's go ahead and knock that out real quick. Okay. By the way, if you guys watched my new bike build video, you want to grease everything. Dude, this thing is way taller. Look at this. Yeah, that's almost like maybe a whole centimeter, man. That's pretty good. Dang, they must have created this stem for their forks because this cap is not working very well. It's fine. It's gonna work fine. I don't care. Dude, that looks so good. Oh, I love new bike parts. Yes. I like that a lot. There should be an unwritten rule, but I'm gonna explain to you guys real quick. So you want to make sure that the space kind of like right here and on the front are even. It should be a kind of a common sense thing, but it's not. And the only reason is because if you put too much pressure on one side versus the other, then you could potentially either strip something or break like the stem or whatever. You don't want to do that. The way that I ride my bars, and I'll explain to you guys why I do that, is not like this, because that's super Chicago. I used to line up my forks with my handlebars perfectly straight, but I've realized over the years that I'm just too tall for that. So I like to ride a little Chicago, so a little bit forward, nothing crazy. Right there is actually perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten all that stuff down. All right, last thing I gotta do today, guys, are the grips, and then I can go ride. So I got the, like I said, I'm OCD as heck, man. I got the Brock Rayford Odyssey grips. When I buy a brand, I like to buy everything to match. It's just a weird thing. But Odyssey comes with the bar ends. The bar ends, they're pretty legit, but I'm gonna save them for a while until I actually wear these things out. I'll probably put these on the bike that I'm building for trails. Same with that blue stuff that I'm taking off. Most likely that's gonna go on my trails bike. I'm just gonna roll these things off, man. That's just the easiest way to do it. Just kind of roll it, bam, comes off. These are the Stranger Quan grips. I bought them originally because they matched all the blue stuff, blue and purple stuff, because that's what the bar ends look like, but the bar ends, I lost them a long time ago. These are nice, and they last forever, but that's kind of why I don't like them. The compound's too stiff for me at least. And so like this part of the grip right here on the edge of my hand kind of hurts after riding for a couple hours. So I wanted something softer. So that's why I went with the Odysseys. But I'm gonna show you a really quick way to get grips on a bike if you don't have an air compressor. An air compressor does work. All right, you definitely want to make sure you clean out the bars. So the best way to do this is stick a screwdriver kind of inside. Make sure it's kind of long. That way it kind of reaches the end of the grip as well. And pretty much what you want to do is kind of stick one end in, kind of slide it in as far as you can, and then just kind of roll it, and it just rolls on, man. Simple as that. You don't have to use water or any other thing if you don't want to. I know guys like Craig like to use some sort of adhesive. I wouldn't want to try to fix that later. And pop it out. That's it. A screwdriver, kind of roll it around, and your grips will be on, man. Yeah, the Odyssey Brock Rayford grips are a lot softer. They probably won't last as long as those Stranger grips that I had, the Quan grips, but they're gonna be a lot more comfortable in my hands. All right, guys, that looks like everything right there. So let's do a quick recap. I ended up getting a new hub guard in the back. It's an Odyssey clutch hub guard that works with my Sundays. If you can see right there, it says Sunday. It does work, confirmed. I got the Odyssey Dugan stem, which I am a fan of. There's a truck with junk in the back. The Dugan stem is got a little bit more reach, but it was a little bit shorter of a rise. But to compensate, I got a new black cap. So the cap is a little bit taller to compensate for it. So it looks pretty good, man. I'm a fan of that. And lastly, I got the Odyssey Brock Rayford grips. They're probably made by ODI. I'm fairly certain they are because they feel like long necks or whatever, but they feel pretty good. And best of all, I don't have to wait for them to like settle in or whatever because they are solid, man. So all that's left is this sprocket that's blue. I got a black Sunday sprocket on the way in, and then the blue hub in the front. Those are all going to be transplanted to another bike. But that's it. Bike feels pretty good. All right, guys, that's it for the video for today. I just realized the last two clips, for some reason when my camera died, it switched from 1080 to standard definition, which is like 640 by 480, and I didn't give you a proper outro. I may add this in there as an outro, I have no idea, but I hope you guys learned something about dialing in. I just wanted to show you guys all my new parts that I put in and some tips and tricks of how to dial your bike in properly. There was a couple things in there. I'm super bummed, man. This is gonna be an intro to the next video as well that you guys are gonna see, but that's what happened. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe, and hopefully this will never happen again. Peace.